Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Shiv Kumar News. Here I am only reading the Hindu newspaper and my purpose and aim is improving my knowledge and English only, nothing else. Therefore please support and guide me. Rescue team yet to contact workers trapped in tunnel. Personnel reach up to 150 meters from the spot of accident in Nagar Kurnool district of Telangana, but mud debris are hindering further progress. More than a day has passed since the cave in B. Chandrasekhar, Hyderabad. A rescue operation underway inside a tunnel Nagar Kurnool of Telangana on Sunday. Rescue team could not achieve a breakthrough till late on Sunday evening in tracking 8% trapped for over 30 hours in an under construction tunnel in Nagar Kurnool district of Telangana. 2 engineers, 2 technical staffers and 4 workers have been trapped 14 kilometers inside the Sri Salem left bank canal of the Eliminati Madhava Reddy project since Saturday morning after a portion of its roofs collapsed during the excavations with a tunnel boring machine. After a day-long effort, rescuers said they were 150 meters from the accident site with mud and debris hindering progress. The joint rescue operation was taken up by National Disaster Response Force, Army, Singareni Collieries State Disaster Response Force and NHIDCL personnel. The situation inside is very scary with muck and other debris covering almost the entire tunnel, and State Minister for Excise and Tourism Jupalli Krishna Rao, who supervised the rescue operation on Sunday. The debris had covered the entire 23-foot high, 31-foot wide tunnel, he said. No heavy machinery could be moved inside as train tracks led for moving workers and technical staff in the tunnel provide to be a hindrance. However, a diesel generator made its way inside. Army personnel called out names of the trapped personnel through a portable public address system from the closest point to the accident site, hoping to get a response, but in vain. It is being assessed that the person trapped inside were unconscious due to lack of food and water since Saturday morning. Even in the air being pumped in is assumed to be reaching them. This is picture. Surging crowds to the confluence. Crowds near the Sangam in Prayagraj on Sunday as pilgrims rushed to take a dip during the Mahakumbh. CDS Merz said to be a German chancellor. AFD makes big gains. Victory move. Friedrich merged with supporters at the party headquarters in Berlin on Sunday after the national election. Agency France Press and Germany conversation won Sunday's election with their leader Friedrich Merz set to become the next chancellor, followed by the far-right AFD in second place after record gains according to Act poll. It confirmed in the final count the alternative for Germany AFD roughly double its score to at least 90.5%, boosted by fears over immigration and security after a spate of deadly attacks blamed as asylum seeker. Mr. Merz CDU-CSU alliance won at least 28.5%, said the first exit poll from 2 public broadcasters, crashing the center-left Social Democratic SPD on the outgoing Chancellor Olaf Scholz, which were looking at around 16%. Irregular immigration. Mr. Merz, a long-time party rival of the ex-chancellor Angela Merkel, has vowed a crackdown on irregular immigration. He hoped to win back vote from the AfD and half its rise, which has stunned many in counties still seeking to atone for its Nazi history. For now, the AfD basking the vocal support of key allies of USA President Donald Trump is set to stay in opposition before Mr. Merz 69 takes over from the now caretaker Chancellor School. He will have to forge a new coalition government in Europe's top economy and often drawn out process he had vowed to completely by Easter. The threatened to leave Berlin paralyzed for weeks to come as the Trump administration has forced head spinning change on the world scenes and among European allies, especially over the Ukraine war, which has ragged for 3 glaring years. The world out there is not waiting for us. It is not waiting for lengthy coalition talks and negotiation, Mr. Musk said after claiming victory, calling for a new government as quick as possible. To build a majority, Mr. Musk would be expected to reach out first to the SPD through without Mr. School, who has led Germany's traditional worker party to a historic poor result to gain enough seats. Mr. Musk may also reach out to the Greens, who scored at least 12% in the exit poll, although the CDU, Bavaria sister party, the CSU, has so far rejected it. Much depend on the fate of the similar party in the complex parliament arithmetic of the Bundestag. Several however around the 5% of cut-off mark for re-entry into the Bundestag and feared for their survival. One of them was the liberal and pro-business Free Democratic FDP, a potential ally for the conservative to help them gain a majority. The final balance will also be influenced by the how the smaller far left party do in the final count. Die Link appeared to be headed for at least 8.5%, while the left wing of conservative newcomer BSW is at 4.7% to 5% campaign vows. Once in power, Mr. Merz has promised a strong voice in Europe at a time of chaotic disruption. In the final campaign event in Munich on Saturday, he said that you needed to walk tall to be able to sit at the main table of the world power. Indian industry need innovation, not mindless soil. Jan George Thomas is a professor of the economics at the Indian Institute of Technology IIT Delhi. With an over-reliance on cheap labor for growth, captains of the Indian industry have been shooting themselves in the foot. A few months ago, this writer his colleagues interviewed migrant industry workers in Ludhiana, Punjab for a research project. The respondent worked in factories producing garments, auto companies and other products for 11 hours to 12 hours a day. When orders were high, they worked for a day and end without a break. Away from the shop floor, their working hours were spent almost entirely on cooking and in their daily commute. It is puzzling that some of the well-known corporate leaders in the country have been urging Indians to work longer, or they may not be aware the most of Indian workers are informal and must work extremely long hours waiting to earn a living. Manual worker or household helper. In 2023-24, the periodic labor force survey showed that the only 21.7% of Indian workers were in regular job with a salary, with the rest were cows worker of self-employed. Even within the category of the regular worker, approximately half of them had faced informal working conditions. They did not have a written job contract, were not eligible for paid leave and did not receive any social security benefit, competing with the cheap labor advantage. By publicly expressing their preference for having longer working hours, industry bosses have inadvertently confirmed as well known yet not much discussed fact. Indian industry continued to derive its competitive advantage mainly from cheap labor, or rather then technology and innovation in the developed world, the mode of surplus extraction underwent a transformation long ago from making worker labor longer hours to employing them more efficient ways. Superior technologies and management practice based on worker conditions during the Industrial Revolution in Britain in the 18th century. Marx wrote in its werewolf hunger for surplus labor capital overstep even the merely physical maximum bound of the working day. It's still the time required for the consumption of the fresh air and sunlight at haggles over a meal time. However, working conditions in Britain improved by the middle of the 19th century following the regulation brought about by labor union pressure and the sweeping economic and technological changes. Also, the exploitative labor practice continue unabatedly in the colonies. Two-day worker in rich country put in much fewer hours but have significantly higher productivity than those in developing countries. According to data reports by the International Labour Organization ILO in 2024, an employee's average weekly hours was 38 hours in the United States and 36.6 hours in Japan, and compared to 46.7 hours in India. India's capital have deployed one race after another to ensure that they have at their disposal a large labor force willing to work long hours for low wages. Big businesses in India have evidently structural shifted the industry from the organized sector, which is governed by the regulation of wages and working conditions, to the unorganized sector where such rules do not apply. In industry cluster across the country, there is a predominance of the small units with 6 or less workers at any time. In a crowded industry area in Coimbatore or Ludhiana, he one heard that sound of the several hundreds of machine lathes, millions and rolling machine foundries operating in small shed. Each shall produce a small part or a component that feed into a production network coordinated by more prominent firms to manufacture a range of products including pumps, automobiles, and agriculture tools. In most small firms, the owner, often former worker, work alongside the hired labor. Over 70% of Indians manufacturing workers, 68 million in 2021-22, are in small under registered enterprises, each with less than 10 workers, losing out on innovation. The relation between the small and large firm in India have not been manually enriching on of the king the proposed in Japan, but instead have been enfeebling the small firm even more. In interview these writers had with them over the year, the owner of the small firm highlighted issue relating to payment for the parts of the component that they supply. The bigger firm typically delay this payment several months after receiving the supply, leaving the small firm owners desperate or fresh funds to run their factory. The big firm refused to pay more for the part despite the increase in material and production related costs, encouraging a race to the bottom competition among the small firm. All these are the same when the small firm are weakened by the inadequate state support, especially bank credit and rising competition from cheaper import. India's factories are increasingly dependent on the workers who are employed through contractor rather than those they directly employ. All workers who join India's factory sector after 2011 to 12, 56% of contract workers, these workers who are not protected by labor regulation, are paid much lower wages than directly employed worker who migrate from their village to seek job with decent land from the core of the labor supply for Indian industry. The low wages migrant worker receive manifest their multiple disadvantage on account of their social position and their lack of the ownership of asset or access to a social security benefit. As wages have been pushed downward, profit have soared, especially after the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. In India's factory sector, profit as a share of the value added was 31.6% in 2019-20, but shot up upward to 46.4% in 2021. The garment industry, however, with its over reliance on cheap labor for growth, the Indian industry has been shooting itself in the foot, hindering its forward movement in the long run, especially globally. A case in point, in India's garment industry experienced one aspect a labor surplus. India to outshine other country in the low wage industry. However, India's share of the worldwide export of garment has remained stagnant at 3.1% over the last 2 decades. China, Bangladesh, Vietnam have considerably outperformed India in the garment industry. Chinju Johnny and this writer Economic and Political Weekly August 24, 2024 have argued that the main barriers to progress for India in this industry is the reluctance shown by the capitalists to modernize firms. They lack the ambitions to go beyond the limited advantages that low wages often them in the domestic and niche segment of the export markets in the garment industry, which Western multinational company dominates. The easy availability of the labor has lured Indian industry into a stopper closer to its eyes to the wider opportunity and the gaping needs for technology and managerial change. This has undermined growth in the field, including new generation ones such as the IT sector. Low wages and long worker hours have reduced the purchasing capability of the working classes and depressed the domestic market, reinforcing the negative momentum, stretching the limit of the working day, allowing little time for recuperations for tired minds and body, and having all this driven by the greed for profit. It is unconscionable, and the industry gain, if any, are only in the short run. In the long run, the swelling rank of impoverished workers will strangle the industry, leaving it gasping for innovation and growth. The earlier the master of the Indian industry release this, the better. Talent shortage, global challenge, India's opportunity. Jyoti Vij is Director General, the Federation of the Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry (FICCI). The demand for the skilled worker is set to exceed supply, and India must move quickly to tap the needs new geographies. The global the global market does not seem to be further ready. No one has the critical ball to tell the future exactly, but it can be safely said that the skill needed in 2030 will be quite different from what we have today. This is challenges for the entire world and an opportunity for India. A recent FICCI KPMG study, Global Mobility of Indian Workforce, has estimated that the 2030 the demand for skilled worker will exceed supply, leading to a talent shortage of over 85.2 million people. The global skill shortage could result in estimated $8.445 trillion in unrealized annual revenue by 2030, equivalent to the combined GDPs Germany and Japan. The studies say for India the challenge and the opportunity is to grab as large a slice of the 8.45 trillion pie as soon as possible. Addressing this challenge requires the targeting strategies, international cooperation, and proactive policy intervention to optimize workforce mobility and economic productivity. At the national level, the need of the hour is properly coordinated effort among government, the private sector, and other stakeholders. Geographic reasons and their demand. The Gulf Cooperation Council (GCC), Europe, including the United Kingdom, Australia emerged as three key geographic where workforce mobility will be critical. The talent worker will neither be uniform across all regions nor follow similar pattern. Each of these regions face specific workforce demand. However, healthcare will be common requirement across all three regions, with aging population and increasing healthcare need to drive demand. In general, service will be prevalent in the three geography. Manufacturing and construction are pivotal for the GCC and Australia, while Europe, being the older post-industrial society, will require more service sector workers. Besides, there are emerging sectors as and study across all these sectors. There is growing demand towards skill pertaining to autonomous AI, artificial intelligence, big data, predictive analytics, IoT, Internet of Things, blockchain management, resource efficiency, and sustainability. Existing barriers and strategy. There are the several barriers that obstruct the efficient movement of skilled workers across borders. Some of these are regulatory or and immigration barriers, complex visa process, and strengthening work permit regulation hinder skill migration and recruitment malpractice and trafficking, exploitative recruitment practice, and human traffic that pose serious threat to migrant worker safety and right. In this recent visit to the United States, Prime Minister Narendra Modi highlighted the menace and underlined the need to fight it. Other obstructions include policy barrier and skill mismatch. Many Indians degree participating in medicine are not recognized everywhere in Europe, leading into underemployment or unemployment of qualified professional, and language and culture barriers. Integration challenge including language proficiency, culture adaptation, affect workforce efficiency and productivity. The government of India has initiated various programs to address the challenge. These include bilateral agreement and free trade agreement (FTA), and India has a several agreement with the GCC nation to protect the rights of Indian workers. For instance, the joint India United Arab Emirates vision recognize the importance of the skill cooperation between the two nations. Some other notable initiatives are skill development program to align worker skill with global market needs, and digital platform for workforce support, where online recruitment system are focused on ensuring legal protection for workers and shielding them from fraudster, particularly in GCC country. To capitalize on the global demand for skilled labor, several strategic measures should be prioritized, which include sector-specific skill training. Workforce training should be aligned with the need of target geographics, and preparation must be made for emerging sector regulation for recruitment practice. Authorities must implement strict oversight on recruitment agency to prevent exploitation and trafficking. Recognition of the qualification. International collaboration must focus on the mutual recognition of academic and professional qualification to ease workforce integration. Incentives, public private partnership with government at the center and in the state should encourage the private sector involvement in training program and global employment facilitation, and promoting circular migration and mobility. Temporary workers visa and rotational workers modes can be addressed labor shortage without causing demographic imbalance. The political climate regarding the immigration policy ever changing. While Europe may tighten its regulation, Australia remains more open to skill migration. If the FICCIKPM study, the Indian diaspora is the second largest and fastest growing diaspora in Australia. India's advantage. At any rate, strict immigration policy mainly target illegal migration. India must remain resilient in its effort to opposition its skilled workforce globally under deterred by the shifting political reality. A major advantage for Indian workers is the absence of significant hostile towards them and toward India. Is most global market, even in countries with growing anti-immigration sentiment, skilled Indian workers continue to find opportunity. However, to maintain and enhance his position, the Indian government must take measure to curb illegal migration. Preventing illegal immigration will not only protect Indian workers from exploitative agents but also enhance India's global reputation as a reliable supply of skilled labor. This will also help as realize the dream of the Vikram Viksit Bharat. The chairman of the 16th Finance Commission, Arvind Pangaria, recently projected that the India's GDP could reach between $6.5 trillion and $9 trillion by 2030. India's ability to move closer to the $9 trillion mark will be directly linked to how much of the estimated $8.45 trillion in unrealized global economic potential it can tap into. Number of Indian projects funded by US aid in financial year 2024. A7 amid controversy over the US aid allies' role in influencing Indian election. The latest annual report of the Finance Ministry had disclosed that the agency funded projects worth $750 million in 2023-24. During the year, no funding was made to enhance voter turnout, but were for projects related to agriculture and food security, water and sanitation, renewable energy, disaster management, health. Investment proposal approved by the Assam cabinet. 1.30 lakh crore rupee. Addressing a press conference after a cabinet meeting, Chief Minister Hemant Biswa Sarma said that it has been decided that all MOUs which will be signed during the Advantage Assam 2.0 Investment and Infrastructure Summit will be properly scrutinized and then approved by the Council of Ministers. Number of CCTV cameras to be installed in Sambhal. 300. The administration in Sambhal is set to install CCTV camera at 127 locations across the city to bolster security and surveillance. This comes following the violence in November last year, in which 4 persons were killed. The project, funded under the 5th Finance Commission grant, will be implemented as part of the city surveillance initiative. Australia's Prime Minister promises boost for healthcare. 5.4 in US dollar billion. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese promised a $5.4 billion boost to the nation's healthcare system in overturn the voter ahead of the election then must be held by May 70. Survey show the cost of living is at the top of voter mind. This would result in patients not having to pay for 90% of visit to the doctor by 2030, the government said. Domestic trips undertaken in China during the Lunar New Year. 9.02 in billions. China notched a record domestic trips during the 40-day Lunar New Year travel rush. Axiom reported surpassing the 8.4 billion trips taken in the summer holiday period a year earlier. Some 530 million train trips were taken during the Spring Festival, as the holiday is known in China, compared by the Hindu data team. Nearby, Sudan's RSF allies signs charted to establish a parallel government. Sudan's paramilitary Rapid Force RSF and allies have signed a charter to establish a parallel government, raising concern about the further fragmentation of the war-torn nation. The agreements aim for government of peace and unity in rebel control area amid ongoing conflict that had displaced millions. Vatican City, Pope in critical state with early kidney failure but remains alert. Pope Francis remained in critical condition on Sunday. Blood tests show early kidney failure, but he remains alert and well-oriented, the Vatican City said. As the 88-year-old Pontiff's battle pneumonia and a complex lung infection, the Vatican said the Pope was still receiving the high flow of supplemental oxygen. Washington, Trump to appoint a new FBI chief, Kash Patel, as acting ATF director. President Trump is set to appoint new FBI director Kash Patel as the acting head of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives. Despite the opposition from Democratic and moderate Republican, Mr. Patel's nomination received broad Republican support, aiming to shift ATF's focus away from the gun control. Islamabad, Pak to deport Afghan refugee in USA resettlement not approved. Pakistan has warned that the Afghan refugees denied resettlement by the USA will be treated as illegal immigrants and deported. Deputy Prime Minister Ishaq Dar stated negotiations are possible, but refugees not accepted will face repatriation or repatriation of Afghanistan, increasing uncertainty for many awaiting relocation. Now your English. This is guy. Now we start English session, our daily English session. Privy Tech. He was working at his old company for peanuts. I am glad he left and joined a new firm. S. Upendran. What is the difference between tiring and tiresome? Anand Roy. Tiresome, who can use with both people and thing, and it is the more negative of the two. When you accuse someone of being tiresome, what you are suggesting is that the individual is rather boring. The word also carry with it the suggestion that you find the person rather irritating to talk to. You find yourself mentally or emotionally drained being in the person's company. The baby split water on the farm. I had go to through the tiresome process of filing them out again. Something that make you feel rather tired is tired. In this case, you feel physically drained. I don't want to go. I have been a tiring day. What is the meaning of for peanuts? Jyoti Prakash Medina. The word peanut is frequently used in informal context in American English to refer to a very small or an insignificant amount of money. For example, when you say that job say you peanuts, what you are suggesting is that it hardly pays you anything. An expression that is frequently heard is more for peanut. The job pay you such as insignificant amount that it is not even worth mentioning. Other expressions which are frequently used with peanuts are peanuts are earn peanuts, peanuts make peanuts, pay peanuts. When a worker on it for 3 months, the company paid him peanuts for it. The expression work for peanuts is said to have been made famous by the British immigrant Harry Moseley Stevens. When Stevens attended his first baseball game in the US, he found that the scorecards that were being sold were inadequate. He came up with his own version of one, and soon both the fans and the professional team began to take an interest in them. With the success of the card, Stevens began to expand his business. He became a caterer and began selling peanuts and hot dogs among their things or to the hungry fans inside the baseball stadium. After becoming a millionaire, Stevens remarked that he worked for peanuts earlier in his career. What do you call someone who drink a lot of coffee? K. Sharmila. Usually the suffix holic is added to word to suggest that someone has an abnormal desire for something. For example, the word chocoholics is used to refer to someone who desires or is extremely fond of chocolate. Therefore, someone who loves coffee can be called coffee holic. Sharmila is not a coffee holic. Upendra Dinkri @gmail.com. So guys, this is our today quiz, the daily quiz, the quiz on the tech pioneer and co-founder of the Apple, Steve Jobs, who would have turned 70 on February 24. Quiz made by V.V. Ramanan. Question number 1. Who were Johnny Carlo Sitchable and Abdul Fateh Jandali in the context of Steve's life? Question number 2. It is well known that the Job practiced Zen Buddhism and was influenced by 1970 book on the meditation by spiritual teacher Ram Das. Name the work. Question number 3. Jobs dropped out a Reed College and took a job as a video gamer designer in early 1974. At which famous company? Question number 4. Who once said about Jobs he did not know technology. He had never designed anything as a hardware engineer, and he did not know software. He wanted to go important, and the important people are always the business people. So that's what he wanted to do. Question number 5. Before meeting his future wife Lawrence, Jobs dating a music icon of the 1960 name her. Question number 3. At which famous sporting event was the iconic commercial 1984 show the only time to launch the pioneering Apple Macintosh? Question number 7. Name the company Jobs founded in 1985. From which famous studio did he buy Pixar in 1986? Question number 8. What is the significance of the word oh wow? Oh wow, oh wow. Visual question. Name the celebrity designer who created the famous turtle neck top that become the synonymous with Jobs router. Question and answer of the February 21 editions of the Daily Quiz. Name the feminist social movement which played a major role in fighting against drug abuse and alcoholism in Manipur. Mere Baby, it means women torch barrier. That this athlete won the gold medal in the vitamin weight category at the 1980 Asia Games in Bangkok. Dinku Singh. This weightlifter won the silver medal at the Tokyo Olympic in 2020 in women's 49 in kg events. Naam Sai Khom Mirabai Chanu. This artist was awarded the Padma Shri in 1986 and the Sangeet Natak Academy Fellowship. Answer Raj Kumar Singha Jeet Singh. Name this politician who was served as the chief minister of the state for the longest period. Answer Okram Aibobi Singh. Visual. Name this freedom fighter and later a Padma Bhushan awardee in 1982. Answer Gadinlu Pimei, known as Rani Gadilu. Early birth Sonali Das, Varanika Seva, Umesh Kumar Gupta, Deshri Kagapti, etc. Today one important vocabulary ambiguous. It is a adjective. Hindi meaning is Sandesh Janak. Doubtful or uncertain, especially from obscurity or indistinctness. Synonymous vague, obscure, autonomous, certain, clear. Examples 10. His reply to my question was somewhat ambiguous. So guys, this is today video. Please like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. Press bell icon for notification. We meet in next video or tomorrow. Therefore, Jai Hind.